Hello and welcome to Feast One's Eyes on Watches. Please like and subscribe. This is a Binbond quartz watch. I bought this watch off AliExpress, and with the VAT coming into the UK, this watch cost £16.73. Now, one of the reasons I chose this watch to review is it's quite unusual, and I like unusual watches. And the first thing that's unusual about this is the case on it. Now, it's alloy, it's got 6 sides, so it's an hexagon on it, and you can see the 6 screws on the top. And when you look at the side of the watch, you can see that it's actually layered as it goes down, and you've got little screws just down here which hold those layers in. So you've got on the top here alloy, then you've got some black, and then you've got alloy underneath. Now, the case is in a brushed alloy. It's got solid links going down to the strap on it. The crown on it is just a plain crown, but it certainly is an unusual looking watch. Now, the face on this watch is quite unusual in so much that it's layered. And if you look, I'll just show it on from the side here. Hopefully you can see it goes down in steps. And right at the very bottom, which is the lower part of the face of the watch, there's some artificial cogs. Now, they're in a chrome finish. And I don't know whether it's a good or bad point to have those, because it does cause a little bit of confusion when you're trying to read the time of the watch. However, they are very decorative. To show you the hands on the watch, I've pulled the crown out so you can actually see how they move. And so what you've got on here is, this is your minute hand, that's the very top one, and you can just see that going around, and it's got a nice unusual arrowhead either end shape to it. And as I move this around, I'd like you to pay attention to this one underneath, and that's the hour one, and that moves around. Now, that's the same shape as this one. Hopefully you might be able to see this with the camera, and I'll just slow this down so you can have a little look at these. Now, obviously where you've got the end on here, that's the pointer coming down, it looks like there might be a little bit of loom on that one, and the other part up here is all skeletonized. But it certainly is quite unusual. Now, to be able to tell the time on this, at the moment the hour hand is pointing down to the 5, and then I can just adjust this one here to move around to my chosen time, and then all I'm having to do is push the crown back in. Once that crown goes back in, you'll see that you've got a second hand, and that second hand has an arrowhead on it, and again this is in a chrome finish. And as you look around the outside here, you've also got a second track. Now, that arrowhead actually falls a little bit short of that, but for the price of the watch, I suppose that's okay. Now, I've turned the watch around so you can have a look at the back of it. And up here you'll see some writing, and it just says base metal bezel on there. It's also got some water resistance as well. You can see the name of the watch down here, this Binbond, and their logo. Now, with the water resistance, it looks like it's 30 ATM on there, or 30 meters, but I wouldn't push your luck too much with that one. This is the loom on the Binbond watch, and I have to say it doesn't last very long, and I've had a torch on it for a few minutes and it's already starting to fade quite a lot. The dimensions of this watch are, well, it's quite big. Alright, so the case size on here is a 50mm. Lug to lug takes it up to 51.3mm. When you're looking at the thickness of this watch, it really is quite thick at 15.36mm. And if I move this up just that little bit further and you look at the buckle of the watch, it's 9mm. Now, if you add these two together, you're just getting 24.36mm. that is quite a lot to fit under a shirt or in a cuff, so that's not going to really happen. It might also cause a little bit of a problem if you wanted to wear this under a jacket as well. But other than that, for the price, it's a nice unusual looking watch. The strap across the top here is 28mm, and you can see that this is a silicone strap. It's got a nice design on it, so it fits in nicely with the shape of where we've got the lugs at the top here, and it goes from 28mm to 22mm. The buckle, again, you can see it's in a brushed finish on here, just opens and closes, and you feed the silicone strap just underneath this. Pop that closed, and then we'll just have a look at that. And this is where I was saying about how thick this part is. But the design of it fits in nicely with the watch. Now, I would say that this watch is quite a fashion watch and a bit of a fashion statement. Now, I've just put the Binbond fashion watch onto my 7¼ inch wrist, and I did mention about the dimensions before. However, it doesn't look too bad, and it actually sits quite well. If you just want something to look fashionable and a bit more unusual, then this is certainly a watch that will fit that bill. To sum up my review of this Binbond fashionable watch, it's got some unusual features, and as I've said before, that's something that I particularly like. It will certainly stand out on your wrist. Can I recommend this? Well, you've got to take into account the size of this watch, and I know it's not for everybody. However, for the price, its looks, and it does tell the time, it's a quartz watch at the end of the day, yes, I can recommend it. Thank you so much for watching this review. Please remember, I'll be doing lots of other reviews on other interesting watches in the near future. It would also help my channel immensely if you liked and subscribed. Thank you and goodbye. Thank you for watching this review. Please like and